So here we are again. Yes, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Yeah, someone's in the pitch black. Actually, we're all in the pitch black. It's dark over here. But
Get the meter on, Glenwood.
yeah, just put yeah. What's the currency in South Africa? It's the rand, isn't it? The
That's
rand.
correct. Yes,
There
that's
you
the
go.
rand.
Yeah,
It's
put the
about
rand in.
21 rand per pound.
Wow, my
Yeah,
goodness. All
Sounds
right.
a
that's
lot
so
of money.
bad it is.
Yeah, we'll,
That's
we'll
so
put some
bad
money
it is.
together for you anyway. But anyway, it's Friday. It's Friday. Friday means it is the easy talk. Familiar
Yunus.
faces. We're waiting for brother Isaac to kind of join in the household, the crazy house. But he'll jump in as of when he is ready. But there's no intro music. It's more intros and introductions. Glenwyn, how have you been keeping, brother?
As long as I can see my grey face, that is fine. I've been doing well. Yeah, no, it's a hectic week. Busy with some projects at home as well, but we're alive. We're blessed, and that is the bottom line, Alex.
Yeah, amen to that. Amen to that. Amen to that. John the Geezer.
Yunus. 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 What a time to be a gooner. We're flying, we're smashing it. The women, the youth team, the main squad. Has there been a better time in the last 10 years to be a gooner, Alex? You know what I mean?
Last
Yeah,
10 years.
Look at
yeah.
last season, man. Bit of doom and gloom, weren't it? Including me. But
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
smashing it in a moment, and it's great. It's good for everyone. Give us all a lift.
yeah. By the way, John and I we didn't communicate about whether we're going to wear the reds. that just happened.
Yeah, and the
I've
black
actually
head
got
And the
Ryan.
black.
and the
I've
black
got
hat.
Ryan's
Yeah.
got on, Mr. Adams. Sorry,
Okay.
Alex. I'm
It's all right. It's all right. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. So yeah, you know what? Let's kind of jump into the first topic. The first topic was actually, you know, personally, I think Arsenal might be over the worst. They're showing the resilience. You know, Glenwyn, Liverpool game. Should we have won that game, the Liverpool game, or were we lucky to escape with that 1 point?
Yeah, we were lucky. I mean, I was very gutted about it. I had me a real red wine and a three pot a three sort of I don't know if you know the pochi, the sort of pot you put on the fire, that sort of thing. It's a cast iron pot. Now we call it pochi,
Mm.
and I had a nice poch going. And it was 2-0 up, and I said, "Yeah, it's gonna go well. It's gonna go well." And lo and behold, you know what? Everybody is saying it's Xhaka and Trent. It's got probably a bit of a hype to it, but it was inevitable. It's Anfield, man. It's Anfield. You don't go to Anfield and win easily. I mean, we've seen it City, we've seen it United, we've seen it Chelsea. The smaller teams are really doing well there, but I think Liverpool killing the big guys in at Anfield, and I mean for years, and you and I have spoken about it, is that
Yeah.
the curse of Arsenal at Anfield, it's huge, and for some reason we sort of almost broken that curse by winning that goal, that game, and having to draw it to 2-2. I think it was a 2 points dropped, considering how we started at least.
sickening, man.
Mm. I mean, don't you think this? I mean, the second half did it show how Arsenal are still a little bit fragile, or literally did Liverpool just kind of wake up and realise that they are still relatively a good team, Glenwyn?
Look, we didn't manage the game in the second half, or in
No, yeah,
fact, we didn't get the chance to manage the game because Liverpool came out as they finished the first half. They came out doing it the second half, and they didn't give us a bit of a breather. I mean, we had to put our players down on the ground to get a breather. Um, you know, our players had to use some tactics to, you know what, I'm gonna go down to get
yeah,
my team a bit of a breather. And if we had to stoop that low, you know what I mean? Liverpool, yes, obviously got the confidence after that first goal, and the fact that the whole Anfield crowd got behind them after the hype with Xhaka and Trent. I mean, they were asleep from the first whistle
yeah,
until that happened. But still, Liverpool had the better second half, and I mean that was a game really of two halves. So yeah, I think Liverpool, they thought, you know what, because we got that first goal, we can go for the second, we can go for the third. I mean, they even couldn't gone to six. So, but
Yeah,
just our keeper Rambo, he kept us in that game. So I still believe people might say it's a point gain, maybe, but I firmly believe because we started so well, we should have killed off the game there already.
yeah,
We should have.
yeah, yeah. And for you, Geezer, how do you look at that Liverpool game? Do you see it as 1 point secured or 2 points dropped?
Well, yeah, it is 2 points dropped, Alex, because 2-0 up, a professional team, I don't think you should let them get back in it. I think this is where we were a bit naive. At the beginning of the season, we would have taken a draw at Anfield all day long. You look at that fixture, you think, yeah, a draw, lovely, just don't lose. Oh, I mean, I see Arsenal and Liverpool last season at the Emirates. Let me tell you, Liverpool were a class above us.
Yeah.
I think we lost 2-1, I ain't sure. That was like different kettle of fish this season. Don't know what Liverpool got more or less the same team, but they ain't nowhere near as good as what they have been. They were
Mm,
there for the taking. 2-0 up, man. Sometimes you can get out of the blocks too quick, Alex. You know what I mean? You just, bosh, 2-0. Well, I was thinking 2-0. I actually said 3-0, and I weren't lying. At the beginning, I predicted on our Facebook thing, I said 3-0. I really believed Arsenal wouldn't have come. I see the Liverpool Chelsea game. I didn't think much of either of that team. And I thought, champions have got to come out flying. You've got to take the game to these teams if you want to win.
Yeah, you gotta, yeah.
You're serious. You cannot sit back against teams like Liverpool. We let our silly goal slip in that first. I think it's lack of concentration. What was it? A couple of minutes ago before half time. If we'd have gone in 2-0 half time, a different kettle of fish. I think different tactics. Arsenal
mm,
sat back in that second half, invited Liverpool at us, in my opinion. We
Yeah.
had enough chances to kill that game off. We had enough chances to kill that game off. But Liverpool, they've still got something in the tank. You know what I mean?
yeah,
They've won everything. Klopp has won everything. They ain't no mugs. This is where Arsenal sort of was a bit naive, took their foot off the gas, whatever. It just happens. But yeah, it was 3 points thrown away, really. We should have been a bit better, not so much naive. But at the same time, I ain't going to complain. A draw at Anfield, we take that all day long. It's just this is how far we've come. We're really flying now, and everyone expects us to win every game. You just can't
Mm.
do that. It's impossible to do that. They might have another slip up in them, Arsenal. This has got a. It's a long way to go yet.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
I'm confident we are going to win it, and I've said it all the way along, Alex. You know that. I'm
yeah, yeah,
but there's a lot more of this story to go. So Arsenal fans, you've got to be patient.
yeah,
The minute we slip up, you can't just start, slating the team.
Yeah.
You got to get behind them. And it weren't our strongest team out. I don't think it was our strongest defence for sure. That wouldn't be his back four in it. If there weren't injuries, but they all played really well. It's just a shame that we didn't come away with 3 points. That would have been massive.
Mm.
That 3 points that would have probably may have even won us the title. It would have been hard for Man City. They'd have been looking, and thinking, "Oh, can we do this?" But
mm.
I think we will.
John, I mean, I know Glenn kind of touched on the situation between Trent Arnold and Granit Xhaka. Do you not think that was a turning point? Because up until that point, the stadium was like aggravated because Liverpool were not really doing that much in the first half. Until that point, where Granit Xhaka was a little bit silly, and Trent Arnold actually said to himself, "Really, there was nothing in it. It's just football." But do you not think until that point, John? It was that kind of galvanized Liverpool because straight after that, Salah scored the goal. So do you not think it was that incident between Granit Xhaka and Trent Arnold that kind of lit up Liverpool? No?
Well, I'm not going to blame Xhaka. It's one of them.
Yeah.
He's got passion. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
What it did do, and you could focus this at any particular point. Yeah, he upset the rhythm when they scored. It gave them the emphasis. That crowd got behind them. The Liverpool crowd, they thought, yeah, we can get something out of this. That's what I'm saying. That gone in 2-0 at half time would have been a different story. That Liverpool crowd would have been flat dead on its feet, and we could have contained that 2-0. I'm pretty sure of it. Even scored another. But Saka, you ain't gonna take that out of him. You know what I think about him, Alex? Legend, mate. Statue going up. But
Let's move on.
The
if we ask,
X-Man.
if you can pinpoint any sort of thing, yeah, that they did score. I thought the second goal was more lax. I thought the defence was poor, in my opinion. I thought, who's marking who? That second goal, it seemed like they fell asleep. And let me tell you, Rambo kept them in it. He saved the day at the end of it. Yeah. Fantastic saves. And as much as we say Xhaka could be player of the season, I reckon Rambo is up there with him, because you go back on the games he has saved us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, Xhaka, I don't think you're ever going to take that out of him, Alex. He's calmed down a hell of a lot. But these things happen in football, and once the crowd get behind Liverpool, they do get a lift, and they come out flying the second half. Although I still think we should have been a bit more clever and beat them. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah. Glenwyn, John said about the defence, it wasn't probably the strongest defence, because we know William Saliba is out. On my morning show today, I did ask the question. We put it to the poll. Can Arsenal survive without William Saliba until the end of the season?
No, we can't.
No.
No, look, take nothing away from Rob Holding. He had a brilliant game, bar from one or two mistakes that he've made. I think he kept what's the guy's name? Jota. He kept Jota quite at bay at that side. Look, when Rob Holding started after the William Saliba injury, I think he had a solid couple of games. He's changed since the last red card he got against Spurs last season. So his mental ability is a bit stronger, I think. He keeps his head a bit, although there's still a mistake in him. There's still a yellow and a red card in him. But yeah, I think that is the only change in our defense, which do make a difference because of the partnership that Gabriel and William Saliba obviously had. So our defense was weak, but I don't blame any of the others except for Zinchenko, because both games,
God, yeah.
both games came through his mistakes. I mean, the first goal. I don't know who of you played defense. I've played all over the pitch when I played football, and I was a defender as well. I played right through the back, left, right back, centre back. When they changed position, I mean, when that goal came, Zinchenko was in centre back position and Gabriel on left back position. I mean, there already is the mistake. So when it comes to defense, you don't change position when you defend, because that is why you are left back and that is why you are left centre back, or whatever the case may be. So I think, and the second goal as well, Trent went past Zinchenko too easy.
Yeah.
That's far too easy. You are 2-1 up. You're chasing for a title at Anfield. You want to break that mental block and curse that you have at Anfield. Take him out, not hurt him. Take him out. You know what I mean? Just block him, play him, take a card if you have to for the team. But don't let him come in the run of play and try and cross a ball, because on a set piece you all mark a person. There's man for man on a set piece, but in the run of play you don't know what that player is going to do. So take him out. Get a card if you have to, but take him out. You
But
can't
Glenwyn,
let him get past you.
Glenwyn. But Zinchenko, he's always been like that. He is a wing back. He's not going to give you any kind of defensive protection there. I see
And
him
that
some
was
of the
what,
games he plays. Wing back. Sometimes in the middle, he floats across the middle of the park. So he's always
yeah.
been like that. And I've
So
always said this.
that's the problem. That's the problem, Alex. We've been saying it. I've been saying it for many times on our WhatsApp group as well. He loses the ball too cheaply. I think yeah, I think you need to sit back a bit or play him in the Xhaka role. And I think Colin or somebody made that comment in the group, is play him in either the Xhaka role and play Tierney at his position, because Tierney is going to give you all the protection that you
Yeah,
need.
yeah,
Zinchenko is going to leave you spaces.
yeah, yeah. Brother Isaac is in the building. I've just seen a comment in a live chat saying that Isaac's just gotten out of bed. It's not true. It's not. No, I didn't say
Wakey, wakey.
How's it, Isaac?
Actually, I'm doing good. It is almost 10 p.m. over here. I was in bed as I'd just taken a nap. I'll be up by a few minutes too. Only to find myself late by a few minutes past. But anyway, I'm here and I'm hoping everybody is doing good.
we're fine.
I know
He's
we
doing an
do. We're
Uber
well.
on
We're
you,
well.
Alex.
He's doing an Uber.
Yeah, he's done an Uber.
Uber. Oh dear. Isaac,
Aubameyang.
Isaac. First of all, do you think Arsenal have ridden the storm and they're over the worst now? And do you think this is going to be a clear run? Some people are talking about the Man City game, which they believe is going to be the cookie cutter, the I don't know, the main turning point of the season. There's still a lot of games to go, but do you think Arsenal are over the worst now, Isaac?
I remember a few weeks ago I had this debate in our hall, the hall I showed you, Alex, where we watch soccer. I had this debate with friends of mine who support different clubs. Actually, it was just before the Liverpool and United match. That was when we had this debate with the United fans. They were very confident with their game at Anfield. And I remember telling them that Anfield is a different animal. It is not as easy as they will think, and they were slapped 7-0. And my argument was, if I went to Anfield and got 1 point, I will be very happy with that 1 point. And I told them that the Liverpool game is probably more harder than the Man City game. And my reasoning was, we play the same system as Man City. And when you play the same style of football, it only depends, or it only takes the team that capitalizes on the mistakes of the other team. But when you're playing a Liverpool side that does not play the same style of football, it is something different. And I had argued this, saying that we could go to Etihad and get all the 3 points, and like at Anfield, it is harder at Anfield than Etihad. And they laughed off. I was saying, no, you cannot go to Etihad and get all the 3 points. And I told them, I watched the Brentford versus Man City game, and Brentford got joy at Etihad because of the way they play.
Mm.
So we've had our worst game, and I've seen pundits dismiss and say, now it is over. It is now Man City's game to lose. But they have had Man City as favorites from the word go. They've not had as
Mm.
as favorites. Actually, we've done much better, or we've surprised many to be at this position. I remember at the beginning of the season, if you looked at the prediction of every pundit on every channel. Nobody had Arsenal in their top four. We were probably fifth or even sixth. They were even arguing their cases for Tottenham to finish above us. But we've surprised like everybody, and we could still win this league by one goal, by not one goal, by 1 point. That is, if we got a point at Etihad and got a point at Newcastle,
St. James.
St. James. We could get a point at St. James and a point at Etihad and still win the league if we win the remaining 6. So it is harder for Man City than it is for us. And given the fact that they are still in Champions League and it is where they want to win most, that is one cup that Pep has not won with Man City, and he would really love to win that cup with Man City. It is even a harder run for them than it is for us.
Yeah, but he's got the numerical figure. I mean, he's got a bigger squad than us. He's got lots more quality in there, and you're right. I think Pep does want to win the Champions League. There, he's dying for that. But knowing how Pep is and how hungry he is, he'll still want his players to win the Premier League as well. You know, but we're still ahead. We're still on top of the Premier League, aren't we? So yeah.
6 points, Alex. 6 points.
He is playing catch up, and that is why he even himself admitted it is better to have points on the board and not games at hand.
Yeah.
Remember last season we had games at hand and we did not win those games. We went to Tottenham and lost. We went to Newcastle and lost. Those were our games at hand, and we lost those games.
But
he has a game at hand.
Low, isn't it?
He has a game at hand, but he could as well end losing that game. Who thought he will get a draw versus Nottingham Forest? Nobody thought he would get a draw. Who thought he'll get a draw versus Everton? Nobody thought he would do that. So everybody seems to be like, Man City will be winning each and every game. No. They will drop points at some stage.
But do you not think Arsenal will also drop points, Isaac? There's still lots more of football to be played, brother.
I looked. Okay, let me argue from the Liverpool game. We could have easily won that game, but we did not capitalize. We had two counter attacks that we did not capitalize on. Of which, if we were clinical enough, we would have scored probably 2 goals from those counter attacks because they were gaping at the back. We had numerical advantage. We had when we had Martinelli and he was not able to finish off his chance, and we also had another chance with Saka.
Straight pass from Martinelli.
Yes, we could have easily won the game, but
they had a penalty.
Yes, they did have a penalty.
And Ramsey had to make 2, world-classy saves as well. So they could have won it as well, if you look at it.
And that tells you how tight and how tense that game was. And despite the fact that most of the pundits I saw, or a greater percentage, were saying that Arsenal are going to win this game, they actually went with their heads and not with their hearts. Their hearts were in a very different position from where their heads were. They were just like, because of the way Arsenal are playing quick, of course we can cause Man City problems. You look at the way they are playing, you look at the back, they are not as defensively solid as, I'll say, a Newcastle team is. So it is not over yet. The title race is still on. It is not over yet. I've seen so many fans say that it is over. It isn't over yet. It is still very much open, and it is not in the hands of Man City.
Nope.
We could still win this. We could still go to Etihad and get a point. And I remember after we had our
Agree,
game
Alex.
at Anfield, after we had our game at Anfield, I said this in the group chat. I said we could go to Etihad, and I predict a 1-1 draw, and we are going to nick it from them. So let's not give up or let's not despair, because we have had a tremendous job. You look at where we finished last season and where we are. We are already, how many points? We had 69 points last season. We have 72,
Three.
73, yeah.
73.
73. That is 4 more, and we still have 8 games to play.
Mm, mm.
And even if we lost every game from now till the end of the season, guess what? Chelsea will never get us. They will never catch us. Even if they won every game and we lost every game, they'll never
Will not
come
make it.
close.
I'm hoping now lose every game and get relegated.
Yeah, if they lost every game,
Yeah.
they might get relegated.
John,
might-
Glenn, we spoke about the errors that were made at the back, and personally, I will play Tierney because he does what he does best and actually defend. But John, what do you think for the remaining 8 games? Would you rather play a Kieran Tierney, or would you still stick with a Zinchenko, John?
I think both of them suit different styles of game. You know, if we'd have gone 3-0 up, no one would have been saying anything about
Yeah,
Zinchenko.
Yeah.
But I think that nutmeg did make him look a bit of a mug. That second goal, he admitted it himself. I mean, he was gutted, the fella. He was crying at the end of it. He knew he'd made mistakes, you know what I mean? But I think he's got a bit overconfident. He's a bit gun-ho. You know, his defensive rate ain't as good as Tierney's. I think it's horses for courses. I think I'm confident with either of them in the team. It's just, I think they both do like to attack. But I think I've noticed of lately that Zinchenko's getting a bit above himself. He's going full steam ahead, and he's leaving gaps. He'd probably
Yeah.
get away with it with the likes of Southampton and Brentford, teams like that. Liverpool were too clever. They when they got back into that game, they sussed it out and they attacked him. They knew what he was going to do.
Yeah.
You know, he leaves
Yeah.
gaps. Like I say, Alex, I ain't going to blame anyone. I thought they all played really well, just very naive. In this sort of league standard against Liverpool, you've got to concentrate for 95 minutes, mate. You can't take your foot off the pedal. You know, Liverpool don't. They had the capability of getting back into it, and they always knew that. Arsenal still do lack a bit of concentration. I've noticed that they lapsed, and I think they could have made better use of the subs. But it's all ifs and buts. 2-2 draws, fantastic.
But John, is it not the fine lines? I mean, you're saying about the substitutions.
It is fine lines, Alex, and at this standard of football, you cannot make their mistakes. Zinchenko getting nutmegged like that. You can't do that, that's Sunday League football. He knows that himself. He'll probably next game he'll come out miles better if he plays against the Hammers. You won't see that again. I personally think he needs a bit of reining in. He's a fantastic player, but he's just going too far forward. But saying that, if we'd have gone 3-0 up, who would be complaining? No one.
Yeah.
He's just letting them 2 goals back in it, question marks being asked again. But this is normal football. How many games have we lost all season? How many have we won? We're in an unbelievable position. None of us, not one person on the planet thought Arsenal were going to, probably even Arteta thought was going to do this well. So, and it's ours to lose. We are in pole position. It's down to us to lose. And anyone says it's anything different is wrong, because we've got our noses in front and, win all the games, take all the points, we've won the title. I know that's not as easy as what I'm saying. Of course it ain't, but that's the facts of the matter.
Yeah.
But no, Alex, I don't think that was the first 4 defenders what they would have put out. Saliba would have been in that team. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
Rob Holding, he wouldn't have been in that team. But he's fielding, done a great job. I'll take my hat off to him. I'll take my hair off to the fella. Fantastic spirit he's got, and he's like the boy wonder. He keeps getting knocks. He ain't done nothing wrong, you know. He's not filling in for Saliba. He's Rob Holding. He does what Rob Holding does.
Yeah.
Well said, John. Well said.
Arsenal have got to be concentrating on that game 95 minutes, Alex. You know, do not let your eye off the ball. Keep going. I'm sure Arteta tells him that they're not mugs, and that's another lesson learned. Arsenal are learning as they're going along. Arteta's learning. Them players are learning. So you just can't take your eye off the ball, Alex, because this is what happens. Bosh. The quality teams like Liverpool, Newcastle, Man City, most of the teams, any of them teams in the Premiership, you take your eye off the ball, they will punish you. A top class striker, they're there for a reason. They're going to punish you. So when Arsenal play Man City, they need to up their game big time. Do you know what I mean? Carry on as they did against Liverpool, but you just can't take your foot off the gas, can you? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just like Lauren said, on my morning show, I did speak about Lauren, who said that so far Arsenal have been a 9 out of 10, but they need to take it to another level and just get it over the line. You know what I mean? Yeah. But Glenn, your thoughts about how do we go forward in that left back position there? Do we now change it up, keep 10 into the end of the season, or do we, change it up? What do we do?
I think going forward, you know what, I don't like to sort of change a winning side, but when it comes to situations where you have to manage the game, then you have to do it better. I think that is from a manager's point of view, where he has to see where the weakest link is on certain moments of the game. I don't think you start Tierney for the next couple of games, but he has to bring Tierney in to manage those situations, because Zinchenko is going to keep on giving you space. Against West Ham this weekend, if you're going to give space to Jared Bowen on that right hand side, he's going to kill you. So we have to manage that. So we can't allow Zinchenko to give those spaces. I won't change him. Although I've blamed him for the 2 goals against Liverpool, or Liverpool's 2 goals. I won't change him though. But all I'm wanting to see is that the manager manages the game throughout his changes he makes, because in a big game you must make a change for the better, to either maintain the pressure on the team or to attack and get more goals. But don't make a change for just the fun of it. Make a strategic change that they can see, but we are changing the play. They've been attacking, so we had to make a change in order to contain that attack, but we didn't make that change. So we allowed them to come at us at all cost. So I would not change Zinchenko, but I will bring in Tierney at the right time. Don't wait till the 70th minute. If you have to bring him on 46, then bring him on 46. Just to change the game, because you're 2-0 up or 3-1 up or whatever the case may be. So again, this weekend, if we win, and we should go to West Ham, it's going to be tough again to go to West Ham and beat them. But we're going to have to show that we can manage the game properly. It's West Ham. It's a derby.
Yeah. Before I go to Isaac, I do need to go into live chat and just read some of the lively comments there. We've got Lynn Simpson. Good evening, Alex and guests. Good evening to you, Lynn. I hope you're keeping well. We've got
Well then,
Ange, the first lady of Canon 40 TV. This is the evening, boys and girls. Another one here, even Ange. Okay, we'll go over that one. Well, let's hope. Let's have a good debate tonight, and us playing West Ham and hopefully winning. Just seen Dan Greening. Is he one of your mates, isn't he, John?
He's a mate of Peter's.
Oh,
He's
right.
a mate of Peter Marinello's. He's a gooner. Yeah, he's a Bournemouth boy. You'll see him on Twitter.
welcome, Dan.
Nice one. Lynn says, with a few goals, as we have to try and not let City get too far in front on goal difference. That's a good point, actually. That's a very, very good point. You know, it might come down to the goal difference, but like Isaac said, I'd far rather have the points than the games in hand. You know, that's just me. You know what I mean? Who else do we have here? Ashley D evening says second half we were useless. That's a bit harsh, isn't it? That's a bit harsh.
Yeah, that is a bit harsh, though.
we were lucky to have a Ramsdale. Well, we're not lucky, we're blessed, but useless. Were we useless, Isaac?
No, we weren't useless.
We kind of dialed down our pace. That is something I have realized throughout the season. You look at Arsenal between the first and 20th minute, we are very ruthless. But between the 20th and the 40th minute, we are just trying to stay in the game. And then towards the end of the game, then we are trying to be a bit more ruthless again. And when we are starting the games, the first 15 minutes, we are very quick. And then we tend to dial down. But we gave so much respect to Liverpool when he came back for the second half. We did not start as quick as we did in the first half. And I remember telling someone, if we score fast, we are not losing this game. And allow me throw this start in. We haven't lost a game where we have scored fast in regular time. We haven't lost a game where we have scored fast. So I'll say go to Etihad and score fast.
It's as simple as that.
It's as simple as that. Another start to couple up that we haven't lost a game with Partey on the field. Even when we lost to Everton, he had come off before they scored. So make sure Partey is on the field and score fast. And you're not losing.
It's as simple as that.
As simple as that. Make sure Partey is there and score fast. And you are winning the league. Simple as that. So keep him fit. So we were not useless. So we are just like remember. I saw someone say we have Man City have the squad. We have a young squad. All those points, yes, I have considered all those points, and I also say that we are not a team of 2 or 3 seasons ago. We are a very different team, and Anfield, we have had the worst run at Anfield than we have had at Etihad. Actually, we have had a couple of wins at Etihad than we have had at Anfield. So we do not have a bad history like we have at Anfield. So let me give Gunners hope, because I said we are the most emotional fan base. One day we are happy. The next day we are going to hang on Zichenko to the cross. But football has evolved. And teams that are playing with a box midfield, I give you the example of Barcelona. Right now they are playing with a box midfield. I give you another example of Burnley, who are actually back in the Prem, who have a box midfield. And you see the kind of joy that Barcelona are having in Spain is because the style of football they are playing, and that tells you the Prem is the hardest league. You can see the point difference to Real Madrid, and we are kind of playing the same style of football. and I was like wondering throughout the season in Spanish Liga, Barcelona at home have only got two goals at home. So you could easily say Barcelona are going to win to nil. So they will score, but they will not concede. So we having the same box midfield because football has evolved. I remember the other day, Pep was asked of the Zinchenko role at Man City, and they compared his role to the role that he used to play Philip Lahm at Bayern Munich. So it's like football is evolving, and going forward, so many managers are going to try and get someone who can play an inverted fullback. But when you're playing an inverted fullback, you've got to make sure the remaining three defenders are athletic and have the physicality to handle the runnings behind. But it is, I will not be unfair to say that you cannot compare Saliba to Rob Holding because they are of different class. And when you have a Saliba and a Magalhaes in that back line, you could have the Shenko inverting more comfortably than when you have Holding, because Holding is more aggressive on the ball and Magalhaes is more aggressive. So they are both stepping out from their fullback or their center back positions. But when you have Saliba, he is more calm than Magalhaes. So they complement one another. One complements the weakness of the other. So if we get someone who could be a good backup for Saliba, who's not as aggressive as Holding is, Zinchenko could invert more comfortably. And
But Isaac, we were asking that question, before I went into the live chat. So with this, the Zinchenko, who we know is a wing back, he's not a left back. Going forward now in these last 8 games, do we mix and match, or do we now stick with a Kieran Tierney who will give you insurance of defending, or do we stick with Zinchenko? Do we stick with him, or do we go to a regular left back in Tierney?
the two players, Brother Alex, give you two different styles of play. If you take a Tierney to Anfield, in my mind, okay, you have decided to defend, you are not going to attack. That is what you have decided to do. But if you have a Zinchenko in your team, I'm like, okay, you want to be on the front foot. These players give you two different styles of play. If you have a Zinchenko, he's going to respect his position and overlap occasionally. But if you have a Zinchenko, he's going to come into the midfield and then he's going to progress the ball forward. And like Tierney, he's not going to come into the midfield. He will go over the wing. That is where he will go. He will not come into the midfield. So you will not have a numerical advantage going forward. You'll be more of you want to defend when you have a Tierney in your team. So it is a hard choice for me, as it is a hard choice for Arteta to do right now. Because if I am Arteta, do I go with Zinchenko or do I go with Tierney? Because the two give me two different styles. And I'm like, I want to score more goals. If I want to score more goals, I'll bring in a Zinchenko. But if I want to defend better, I'll bring in a Tierney. That is the dilemma that Arteta is in. And remember, these players are all playing well at the moment. And it is hard, it is very hard to keep all those players happy.
But Isaac, let me ask you this question, all right? So he got nutmegged by Trent Arnold. Do you think Tierney would have got nutmegged?
Everybody can get nutmegged. Everybody can get nutmegged in their worst day in office. So
I think Tierney would have taken him out before he got to that
taken
line.
him out.
He would have
Yes.
taken him out completely.
Personally, I was like, don't get him to the box. Just get him
take him
out.
Yeah.
Take him out. Take him out. But then you realize If he takes him out, we are very poor in defending set pieces.
Exactly
As
my
it
point,
stands,
Isaac. That's what I said. Take him out, get a foul. If you have to take a foul, because now you can regroup your defense and take a set piece. Because a
imagine
set
if he
piece
takes him,
is better to defend than a run of play. It's much better to defend the set piece.
imagine if he takes him out. They get a free kick. They score from that free kick. We will still be here and saying, "Oh, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you do that?"
You can't win.
We'll still be here saying that.
You
To be
won't see
honest,
Zinchenko get nutmegged again this season. I'll tell you that, mate.
Yeah.
Alex, the question is, if he takes him out and we they score from a free kick, are we not the same people will be here saying, "Why did he do that? Just,
But Alex,
just keep him.
Isaac,
Just keep him."
100%.
if you've
100%.
seen how we defended the all the corners, we've defended the corners very well in the Liverpool game. Therefore, my point is a set piece against that weak Liverpool side, you can defend a set piece, but in run of play they're gonna beat you. They are gonna beat you.
But you know what
So
I
yeah,
said when Bobby Firmino came on when I was watching the match? I said, "Oh no, boy, no, boy,
yeah, he's
we are
gonna
down,"
score. Yeah, definitely.
because I knew if I had to place a bet, I would have said Bobby Firmino will score the next goal because he's used to scoring against us. He's the bogey guy. When that is Van Dijk was asked who was the bogey player, and he said Giroud because he will also always score against him. So I find Bobby Firmino to be a bogey
Yeah,
player against Arsenal.
yeah.
He's always scoring. So let's not beat ourselves up. We got 1 point. Shake off the dust and forward we go. Go to
Yeah, no,
West
definitely.
Ham. We could easily put 4 past West Ham. I was watching their game the other night, the way they were playing against Ghent of for Belgium. Their back line is very shaky. We could easily put 4 or 5 past them, but I do recognize it is a derby. Another thing is we haven't lost a derby. We have won each and every derby except the Brentford derby. And you know we did not we drew that, but someone
Yeah,
had to lose.
we were robbed in that game, man.
But someone had to lose his job. So
Yeah.
I've been telling the other fans this. We are winning every derby game unless someone wants to lose his job.
As easy as that.
Glenn Wynn, no comment. All right, let's go back into the live chat. Actually, Lynn brought up a good point. I mean, I didn't see the majority of the Liverpool game, and someone said to me that actually the penalty was not a penalty. I think, well, right,
So
okay.
it wasn't a penalty. He was looking for it. He left his leg, and I was, oh, boy, come on, that is not a penalty. If we give those soft pens, then we should have got the Newcastle pen. That should have been a penalty
Yeah.
if they gave that. So the
Holding tripped
inconsistencies
over
with
his ear.
What's that, John?
Sorry, Isaac. I think Holding tripped over his ear. That was the problem.
His hairline, yeah.
Anyway, Lynn says there should have been 2 red cards in that game. Both Liverpool players and Tierney chose to ignore them. The 2 players, Fabinho and Konate. Again, I didn't see the majority of the game. Should have been 2 red cards, John?
I didn't see them incidents. I only see the highlights. But I think the linesman probably should have got a red card. I think he was very lucky. You elbow someone in the face at the end of the game, mate. I think the old boys outfit helped each other out there. Fair play
Yeah.
to him, but I thought that was a definite red card for the lino. Bit of that.
Yeah,
Glenwyn,
that's
before we
abuse.
go,
If that was a player who did that, the player will have been
You'd
red
have
card.
gotten a red card,
Yeah,
definitely.
banned.
The
8-week
referee,
ban, 8-game ban or something.
yeah.
yeah,
Before we go back
has
and
protected-
so Isaac, before we go back in the live chat, Glenwyn, can you actually tell everyone where they can find you on social media? Because I know you've got your own platform, haven't you?
Yeah, I do. Thanks, man. Yeah, you can find me on Guna Matters. It's also a YouTube channel. In fact, this guy here, he's the instigator of the channel. Yeah, you can look around, Mister. He's the instigator of the start of that channel. So, Guna Matters is the handle and also the channel name. So yeah, on YouTube you can gently touch the like and share the videos. So that also on Facebook and Twitter as well.
Good. So we will
Top
leave
Thank
the
you.
man.
link
Thank
for Glenwyn's channel in the description box once we're done on this one. There is
Thanks.
someone who's just kind of paid out of kind of own heart. They put some money in the coffers of Canon 4 TV, and they've asked a question, and I might ask this question first to Isaac. Who's a better player, Modric or Xavi Iniesta?
Sure, that's it.
Mudrik.
Whew.
Which Mudrik? The Real Madrid Mudrik or the Chelsea Mudrik?
I think
Modric, yeah.
I
Luka
think
Modric.
Luka Modric. Yeah.
Luka Modric or Xavi Iniesta? Wow, you put me on the
That's
spot.
difficult.
That's very.
Come on.
Oh the God.
Thank you, Glenn, for saving me. Odegaard.
Sorted.
Sorted, yeah. Sorry.
Excellent one.
I can't choose between those three.
I couldn't choose. I couldn't really choose, to be honest.
Nah. It's
Nice.
gonna not do justice to any of them. No,
Yeah,
it's not.
yeah. Mbappe, all three. All three, I would have to say.
I'll go with Iniesta. I like his name better.
What's wrong? What's wrong with Xavi?
Yeah.
Allow me to give us some stats.
Mm.
The referee who referee the Arsenal versus the Liverpool versus Arsenal game. I was looking at the games he has refereed for
Paul
us.
Tierney.
We have a very poor run
Not just us,
when he
Isaac.
is referee.
Also Liverpool, huh? Also
Yeah.
Liverpool.
Yes.
In fact, all four
We have,
of the officials has got
yes.
ill management against the two teams. In fact,
Yes.
I've
We
done a
have
bit
a
of
very,
research there.
very poor record. And I was looking before the game. Sometimes I look. This one came to mind because someone has asked who's the referee for the West Ham versus Arsenal game. That is why this one just popped up in my mind. Sometimes before the game, I look at who's refereeing and how have we done when he's refereed our games.
Mm.
And there's this one referee I don't actually recall, but I'll give the name in the WhatsApp group. When I recall him, we have a very excellent record when he's actually refereed most of our derby games. And when he referees, we are putting 3 or 4 past teams. But when Tierney is refereeing, and oh boy, this game, if we get a draw, I'll be going to church and saying thank you, God.
Yeah.
Is he related to Kieran Tierney? He should be doing us a favour, shouldn't he?
If he is, he should be ashamed.
Yeah. They should be helping us out.
But we should be able to put that behind us and say whether the referee is biased or not biased, let's win our games.
Yeah.
You can't let these refs get into your head, right? The season's coming towards the end. Every team has got the same problem. I'm sure Arteta don't let them refs get into the players' heads. Just play the game, get on with it. What will be, will be. But that PGMO does need sorting out. There's
Yeah,
something
man.
seriously wrong, but you could talk all night about that. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you
Well,
can't let the breaths get into your heads.
well, John, there go. Monday's afternoon show on Cannon Fodder. You will have a PGML show there. Go
Oh
watch that
yeah,
show back.
yeah, I'll be there, mate.
No,
Yeah.
no, the previous Monday past, there's a
Yeah.
show of the PGML there. Alex has posted the show there on Cannon Fodder.
Yeah.
Oh right, I'll check that
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I missed that one,
I thought
fella.
it's one of Glenman's best view about the PGMO. Really, really good video. But
Yeah, well,
yeah,
I'll check that one out, lads.
yeah,
Yeah, well, you know my view: scrap VAR.
yeah, yeah. As simple as that.
Yeah, it's
No
still
comment.
crap.
No comment.
Isaac's disappeared, Isaac.
It's gone to bed.
No, no, no.
Anyway,
I'm,
yeah,
I'm,
you're
I'm
there.
coming back in a while. Just
All
a
right,
few
okay,
moments. I'm
okay,
coming
all
back.
right. All right.
Oh,
So
okay.
there's some business with the Premier League action. We're back in action on Sunday against the Happy Hammers. Let's make sure they're not happy. Yeah, by late afternoon. Yeah.
Let's go hammer them.
Yeah, yeah. Glenn, I'm not going to ask you for a prediction. I'm not going to ask you
I'm
for
not,
a
no,
prediction.
I'm
But
not going to give you a prediction.
all right, okay. your thoughts? Like you mentioned about Jared Bowen. You know,
Yeah, that's the danger, man. Jared Bowen and of course Four Knowles. Those two guys, they are very unpredictable at times. Four Knowles will come into from the left side into the right and play down the middle, whereas Jared Bowen, it will take you on as a left back, and therefore I say, if Jared Bowen gets the space behind Zinchenko, he's going to kill us. We can't give him that space because Jared Bowen, I like that player. I love him. I like the way he plays. He's very, very tricky. So I think what's his face? Declan Rice is going to be having a nervous game because he's going to think of when he signs for Arsenal. So, so he's going to have a nervous game. I think you've mentioned it in the game last night. They were very poor in defense. So their main defender, Dawson, is gone. So I think they're going to really we can put 5 or 6 past them. We really can.
yeah,
We have to, in fact, because our goal difference on City is five goals. So we're gonna have to make up that goals.
yeah, yeah. Well said. And John, for you, Hammers Sunday.
Tough game, Alex. It's
Yeah.
London derby. They're fighting for survival. The cat kickers will be coming at us.
Yeah.
We need the dogs out. But I think, Arsenal, if they are serious, they should have enough in their locker to beat West Ham. They've had a tough game in the week. They've got a good draw the Hammers away. But I think one of their main players is injured. And like old Glenwyn has just said, Rice, baby, he's on our side now, and he surely he wants Champions League. You know, he can't let his mates down. A deflected own goal, or give a penalty away, Declan. If you're listening, we won't say nothing. But you know what?
Brown paper bags.
Brown paper bag. Yeah, if you want the contract, Declan, you know what you got to do, mate. But seriously, Eric, we should beat them, but I think it's going to be a tight game.
Oh, John.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, Arsenal 2, cat kickers 0. Rice, baby, a brace.
Isaac, West Ham,
Yeah.
away from home.
Yeah,
First time away from home, I think we are going to get some joy from that. You will surely see a reaction from that 2-2 draw. That is for sure. That is guaranteed. There will be a reaction. And given our work rate, I can see a minimum of 3 goals. A minimum of 3 goals because we have a great work rate against a West Ham side who have a poor defensive record. And I don't want to say it is an easy game because everybody said the Bournemouth is an easy game, and we all know what transpired. We
Mm.
up to the
Yeah.
last minute, and I'm glad that Nketiah is back in training, and we can get 3 or 4 goals past them, and then rest your attackers and bring in some fresh legs and still get some
Jorginho.
more goals, get in a Jorginho. And someone was saying here in my country we have so funny people. They have this kind of way of bringing fun out of every situation. Someone was saying that God has a way of elevating you from zero to somewhere, that He can promote you from number one to number one, like He did for Jorginho.
Mm.
Well, we've got
Mm.
Jesus, Isaac.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we've got Jesus, we've
And
got Jesus
Mohammed.
and Mohammed El Neni. We have the two prophets in one team, and how do
I
you
guess
expect
one,
us
isn't it?
to? How do you expect us not to win the league this season? You have Mohammed and you have Jesus in the same team.
It's
It
got to
is
be.
the only team
That's
that
a
has had the two.
We just don't want Judas up in there.
Yeah.
We don't want Judas, and we don't have a Judas at the moment. And I'm happy the lads are not complaining per se. You know, it is hard when you have a back room or a dressing room that is having some bickering in it because some are not happy because they are not playing. But at
Mm.
the moment, I haven't had a player who's like unhappy. They are all saying we will want to play more.
Yeah, yeah,
They are
yeah,
not like I'm not happy.
yeah.
They are I will want to play more, so I'll do everything so that I can get into the team and play more. So
Mm.
I'm happy because the dressing room is united, and that one has given us a boost. And like if there were issues in the dressing room, we will not have been where we are at the moment.
True.
It's like having a Cristiano who's getting every manager sacked wherever he goes.
Yeah.
He got the Al Nassr coach sacked.
Yeah, but it's been down
So
to Arteta, hasn't it? You know, just clear out that negative element, what
Yeah.
elements at Arsenal. You know what I mean? I did a video in regards to Bukayo Saka and his thoughts about Aubameyang at that time. There, go out and check out the video. But you're right. You know what I mean? The players, I think the players are upset because the players want to play, but the togetherness is there. It's clear to see, and that
Yeah.
has been down part and parcel to Mikel Arteta. Glenn, you want to say something?
There's a super chat there, Mr. Alex,
Yeah,
from
yeah, I wasn't
Carl.
going to it. Yeah, it's from Carl, our resident Liverpool supporter, who says, "Thank you for the £4.99. How much is that in rand, Glenwyn?"
That's 21. So looking close to $100, eh?
Oh wow, well, give me some rands, man. Anyway, he says, "Good luck this weekend." Thank you for that, Carl. Yeah,
Top
Glenn, so
man,
you
Carl.
want to say something, Glenn, before we wrap it up?
Yes,
Yeah.
I wanted to say something. The ironic thing is, and we probably all know this, City's only playing one league game in the next four fixtures. No, four fixtures. Yeah.
Mm.
So they're playing Leicester this weekend. Then they're playing Bayern Munich away, and then they're playing Sheffield United next weekend in the FA Cup. So they're playing one league game. Bar they may win that game, they've got 3 points on us. If we win tomorrow and next week against Southampton, we could go into City's game with at least 9 points clear. That will put a lot of pressure on City, knowing that should they go to the German side on next week and win there, their focus will be shifted.
Mm-hmm.
So having that 9 points, and like you said earlier on, Alex, Pep would want to win all the games he's in front of him, but I think the pressure is going to be too much for him in the game when we face them at home with possibly 9 points clear.
Mm, mm.
So that's gonna be a hell of a mountain for him to obviously climb and save to his players that come hell or high water they're gonna have to win Arsenal. And if they do win us on the Etihad, we still 6 points clear.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'd far rather have the points than the games in
Then
hand.
yeah, and their game in hand is not an easy game. It's Brighton, so they're going to Brighton's home to go play there. And I mean, you're not going to Brighton and just walk over them.
Yeah. Let me go back in the live chat for the last time before I wrap up the show. I've got Samantha who says, even though our first time watching, come on, you Gunners.
Hello.
Marco Galienti, it says, evening all. And the Assemble says, evening panel. I'm excited with this team. Arteta is cooking. As John says, there is a lot more to come. We're just getting started.
Hey.
In my opinion, Klopp had already told the players to go out for the weakest link. Oh my goodness, because there was no way they were going to win on technical football. There's a question: do you think the manager let the players down, or the players let the manager down, John? Did the players do-
What last?
Yeah,
against
the
Liverpool?
Liverpool game.
Nah, I don't think
Nah.
no one let no
No,
one
no.
down. It's just one of them games, man. You know, we were all disappointed. We all got in front of ourselves. 2-0 up. You think you're going to win 3 or 4-0 at Anfield. Unfortunately, we didn't. They pulled back because Liverpool are a class outfit. Not many go there and get a point. So
City lost there.
no one let City United.
United.
No, this team ain't letting no one down. They ain't letting the
Mm.
players down. They ain't letting the fans down. What they got to do is just concentrate now for these next 9 games, every single minute of them 9 games, and make sure they don't let this slip. The title is ours to lose.
Yeah.
We're in front. We've got our noses in front, like that Grand National tomorrow. We're at the last hurdle. We're in front, and you know if we do let go, they've only got themselves to blame. It just depends on injuries, etc., etc. But as I said, I think Arsenal are going to win it, and I think they're going to. The deciding game will be at Man City when we smash them 2-0 at
Right.
the end.
Wow.
Ashley D says, Shaka, a legend. John Guna goes into a 2-minute timeout.
Legend. Alex is getting the statue up outside his house.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Big X outside his front door.
Dan says, is Paul Marinelli on the show tonight? No, he's not. He's not, unfortunately. But look forward in the future that they will be coming back. Both Paul and Peter Marinello, they will be back on the show on Canal 4 TV. There's someone says Zinchenko got nutmegged by Trent to get the space to cross the ball. Yeah,
we spoke about that.
But our set plays, we're not that bad, are we? At set plays?
No, it wasn't. That's what I'm saying. We defended the Liverpool corners very well. We had
But
good defense in those set pieces.
Before the World Cup, we defended set plays a little better than we are doing after the World Cup, and we are giving more. Actually, we are conceding more goals than we did before the World Cup. That is, the quality of chances the opponent are having is much. There is much quality in those chances than before the World Cup. That is why we are conceding more goals than we did prior to. That is before the World Cup, and but it's still fair to say that away from home we are a bit
Much
solid.
better.
Yeah, a bit solid than at home. I think at home is because of the adrenaline of the crowd. We want to go on and put even 10 past a team. That is the adrenaline of the crowd. That is why we are conceding. away from home, we are having cool heads, and we want to like keep a clean sheet and win at the same time, because we are trying to focus on our game and not focus on
And
making the fans happy like we are at home.
Yeah, yeah.
mm,
Tiganosaurus, good evening to you, friend. He says, should we bring Tenny on much earlier in the second
yeah,
half?
yeah,
60th minute for me.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
we did speak about
We've
that.
discussed that as
Yeah,
well. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And just one more I want to pick up here before we do end up this show here. If I can
While
find
while you look for that one, I just want to, if the first lady is still watching, just want to suggest something to her. That new lady, Samantha, or what's her name?
uh,
Yeah, Samantha.
Samantha Hoskins. I think first lady, you can grab her and get her into a Thursday night show. She's a Guna, I believe. So maybe that's a good idea to get more women on your show on a Thursday night.
yeah. So Samantha, if you're still watching, you're welcome to get onto the Thursday night show with Ange. And Ange, if you like Glenn says, if you can like grab hold of Samantha Hodgkins, and what I will do, I'll put up the email on Canon 40 TV. This is the email. If you are interested, Samantha, and you'd like to feature or be a panelist on the Thursday night show with Ange, it's arsenalrepublic1 at gmail.com. And Glenn, well spotted. Well spotted. That's a really good idea. And
Thanks, man.
I can't find the comment I was going to quickly read. Sorry, guys. I want to quickly read this one before we do end the show. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Last one. So Emerson, another panelist and contributor on Canon 40 TV, who features on the Thursday night show with Ange. She says, hi, Alex. Is there a watch along on Sunday? And it's my birthday, and Arsenal have lost twice on my birthday. It won't be a watch along.
Emerson, hey man.
Should we sing happy birthday to him, Alex?
So they have won 52 times. Why is he saying they have lost twice? He should be saying they have won 52 times. Why are you bringing in the stats? Give us the happening, man. Tell us they have won 52 times.
Change your birthday, Emerson, mate. Which your
Hey,
birthday
man.
on Monday?
Emerson, I'm worried now for Sunday, man.
We all want to hear the happy part. Should have told us they have won 52 times and we'll be ha. Come on, boy, we smashing them. But you're telling us they have lost twice and we are now worried that it might be a bogey team.
We ain't losing to the cat kickers, Emerson. Don't you worry.
Oh, dear me.
I've got a question for Emerson. Who was the teams that we lost to? I hope it's not West Ham.
That's what came to my mind, Glenn.
That might have been at Anfield away.
And we didn't lose to it.
Oh, dearie me. Oh,
I must go check that. I must go check that history.
That and also might have been the at Old Trafford during the Fergie time.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you know what?
Oh man,
We'll come to
I'm
a head
worried.
on this season talk.
Yeah.
Glenn, will you do the outro, man?
I think we should sing Emerson happy birthday, Alex, too.
I'm not so sure about that, John.
Happy birthday to you.
Alex, yeah, I see Tony has just posted his link there.
Oh,
I'm
yes,
not sure.
yes,
He says he's a watch along on Sunday on his show. Yeah. Hey man, I'm not even. Yeah. Well, I don't know what to say. I'm flabbergasted. Emerson, well done, man. You've quieted me down, man.
Yeah.
You've really made me quiet.
Oh my days. All right, I'll do the outro. I'll do the outro. But anyway,
Yeah, please.
listen, guys, thank you so very much. Oh dear, John the Geezer. Good to have you back, fella. Wearing your lucky hat. Hey.
Great to be back, and thanks to everyone in the chat. Alex, I was going to say that guy. Is it Tameen? He's saying we're going to beat City 6-0 and West Ham. Now I thought I was confident, man. I want to find out what he's drinking, man. I love it.
Is
6-0, Jesus, come on. Let's hope it is. He's flying. He's way ahead of the game.
is either having some Red Bull or Johnny Walker.
He's got wings, man. He's got wings. Put him in charge for the rest of the season. Nice one, Tamin.
You guys are killing me. You're killing me.
Isaac, thank you.
I give up.
Yeah.
Show, man. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's up again, 6-0. Respect the Hammers.
Anyhow, Glenwyn, we'll leave the link to your social media links in the description box once we are finally finished on this latest segment, the comeback of the Easy Talk. Oh my goodness, the happy
Yeah,
handle.
what a show, eh?
Yeah, scary me.
Anyway, good time to be a gooner, lads. Good time to be, and ladies.
Absolutely. And anyway, that's it. We might be having a watch along. I need to confirm with my brother, but I've just seen some comments in the live chat that if my brother's not doing a watch along, you can be sure that Emerson will be doing one on his birthday. Anyhow, this has been Canon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.
Gooners.
Guna.